So our dad, he ended up taking one of the stray cats on the porch to the shelter.
Yeah, he did. He just took him, man.
Yeah, well, what do you think about that there, Reggie, huh?
Yeah, man, well, you know what? If they're going to get a good home, fine, whatever, man.
But then there was a kitten on the porch.
Yeah.
You know? And I know.
It was small.
I know
What?
Price's son was wanting that kitten. Did you think he'd let him keep it?
I think he did.
Do you?
I think he let him keep it there, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, I really do, honestly.
Anyways, my name is Hakeem Brown. Your daily dose of pop city culture starts now.
Hey, what's up, bada boom, shaka-laka-laka-laka. My name is Reggie Brown, the Pod God. And welcome back to one of the most listened to international podcasts around the world. Pop City Culture. Hey, everybody, listen, we got a great show for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about Nicolas Cage's haunted slave house he once owned. Oh, man, you got to hear this. You got to hear this. This is really something. But first, let me introduce you to my older brother from the same mother, Downtown Rocket Brown. Hakeem Brown.
Hey, what's up, family, friends, and neighbors, and new listeners? I am Hakeem Brown, your host for Pop City Culture. Welcome back to your daily dose of Pop City Culture.
Yeah, welcome back.
Now, listen, don't forget to follow and leave a positive comment today.
Yeah, don't forget to leave it today.
Comment.
Don't.
Reggie, shut up. Shut up. You keep talking, trying to talk over. You messed everything up.
Whatever, man.
Anyways, listen, today we're going to be talking about Nicolas Cage's haunted slave house he once owned. Yeah, did you even know, Reggie, that he owned a slave house?
I had no idea he did. Nope.
Yeah, well, you know it now, right?
I guess I do, right? Now get on with it.
I'm going to tell you, he is one of my favorite actors, too. But we going to get into this because I don't think a lot of people knew that he even owned an old slave house.
I didn't know it at all.
I didn't know that at all, you know?
And I didn't either. I just said I didn't. Go ahead.
Anyways, before we get started, let's get on with the news. You want some of the news?
Yeah, I sure do. Hit me with it, brother.
So, nearly 200,000 Ukrainians in the U.S. thrown into legal limbo by Trump immigration crackdown. I did not know this. They got a picture up here. Katerin Gazoldra holds her Ukrainian passport for a photograph outside her home in Margate, Florida, United States. Now, I guess tens of thousands who fled the war to the U.S. face uncertain futures. They might be going back. So 24 Ukrainians tell Reuters Financial and, said they were here because of financial and mental hardship. And some Ukrainians chose to self-deport to avoid detention and penalties. Now, Katerin has survived 6 months in legal limbo so far. She thinks she can hold out another 6 months, waiting for Donald Trump's administration to decide the fate of a humanitarian program that allowed some 260,000 people who fled the war in Ukraine to live and work in the United States. Now, when her legal status lapsed in May, she automatically became vulnerable to deportation. She lost her work permit and was forced to leave her job, earning over $50,000 a year as a manager at the Ritz-Carlton in Fort Lauderdale. $50,000. Okay. Anyways, Galazandra also lost her health insurance that she used to cover checkups for her liver condition, and she can no longer send money to her mother, who was also displaced and lives in Germany, she said. So let me go on a little bit more. The Trump administration proceeding delayed on the humanitarian program for Ukrainians launched by former Democrat President Joseph Biden left nearly 200,000 people at risk of losing their legal status as of March 31st, according to internal U.S. government data reviewed by the Rutgers. The number of Ukrainians affected by the delay has not been previously reported. What say you, my brother?
I said, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. Come to America. Come, my people. Come and be free.
I'm just saying. I don't think our dad makes $50,000 a year, and he lived there his whole life. And she just came over here and
what?
made. I gotta look into that. She's making over $50,000.
She made that fast, man.
And she just been here, what?
Just got here.
6 months or something? Oh
Okay.
my God. That means the minute she got here, she got the job.
Yep.
How is that even possible?
It's America, man.
Man.
The place of dreams.
Can a black African-American Yankee Doodle Negro get a break in America?
Hell no. You know what I'm saying?
Not, right?
Maybe in Chicago.
I know. Maybe we should go to
Lake.
Ukraine and then come back and say we're Ukrainians. How about that? Would that be better?
Yeah, it'd be better. We'd be getting somewhere.
I ain't working for most of the
It'd be amazing.
Negroes here in America anyways.
Hallelujah, Negroes. Welcome to America.
Next in the news, it says Obamacare premiums are skyrocketing. Republicans can't figure out what to do. So Republicans have said for months they had plenty of time to figure out what to do about Obamacare subsidiaries expiring at the end of the year. During a 6 weeks government shutdown that ended last week, they said they'd talk about it after. Now, with 5 weeks to go before New Year's, they're scrambling and divided. Moderates and lawmakers in competitive seats are anxiously throwing bills together, worried about the political fallout that could await them in the subsidies expires and premium skyrockets. Other Republicans simply want to have some bill to offer when the Senate votes next month on a likely Democratic plan to extend the subsidies as is. Republicans rejected that when Democrats offered it during the shutdown, but agreed to hold the vote. Now, brother, what say you?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't even listening to what you said because I was over here playing video games and drinking my stuff. But it was about the shutdown. Get it done. Do your job, people.
They got to do something. I mean,
yeah, they do.
This is sort of getting out of control.
They're dragging it, man.
Everything. Why is everything getting out of control? I've never seen.
They have to send a Ukrainian in there that makes $50,000 a year.
Never seen nothing like it. Have you seen anything like it?
In America?
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
In America, I've seen it. You know what I mean? You see it every day. I'm going to be a politician.
But, that is the way of the world.
Of America.
So next, last but not least, we have severe internet outage keep happening, and they might get worse. Now, growing reliance on a handful of major internet infrastructure companies has led to major disruption, sparking everything from political pressure to computer science memes. It's not just you. Internet outages severe enough to disrupt everyday services for many people have become more frequent and wide-ranging, experts say. When internet services companies Cloudflare crashed Tuesday, prompting significant hours-long disruption at companies ranging from X to OpenAI to Discord, it was the third major internet outage in space or of about a month. While there's plenty of finger-pointing to go around, two things are clear. Popular consumers, businesses increasingly rely on a handful of giant companies that run things more cheaply in the cloud. And when one of those companies isn't extraordinarily careful, an obscure software vulnerability or tiny mistakes can reverberate through the many of their customers, making it seem like half the internet has been unplugged. What say you, my brother Reggie?
There were a lot of big words in there, you know what I'm saying?
I know. Every other sentence there was like a big word.
I know.
And it isn't like, I'm reading this ahead of time. I'm reading this cold, so you get like a real reaction here. So anyways, what say you about the internet outage there, Reggie?
They got to get the internet fixed. I mean, they know we need it. We live in a technology age. They know we depend on it for our business. We depend on it for our podcast. Hospitals depend on it. Police depend on it. So get it done. You know what I'm saying?
People need that internet, I mean, we are a high-tech age now. And because we're a high-tech age, we got to have our stuff, And all that being said, that's going to bring us to the topic of our show. Nicolas Cage's haunted slave house he once owned. There was a big bang underneath the desk. I don't know where that came from. Did you hear that?
I heard that. It was like 3 pounding bumps.
Yeah, it's like this here place is haunted. I know, right?
It is, baby.
Nicolas Cage's haunted slave house he once owned. Now, for those of you who aren't as cultured as me and my brother.
Well cultured.
We're going to tell you who Nicolas Cage is because, we do go all over the world. And maybe some people don't know who Nicolas Cage is. Anyways, Nicolas Cage is a famous actor. Okay, he's been in a lot of movies.
And we're talking a lot.
He's been in Ghost Riders. That came out in
I love that.
2007. That was
Yep.
really good. That was wasn't that
What?
a DC movie
I'm not even sure.
or Marvel?
Yeah, one of them. It's good
Yeah,
either way.
it was really good though. It was really good. About him making a deal with the devil.
Yep.
And then at night he does the devil's bidding, and his motorcycle turns into fire.
Yep.
And he has a fiery skull head and a leather coat. Dude, this thing was off the hook.
It definitely was off the hook.
So
Man.
the next movie was Long Legs. That came out in 2024.
Yeah, I never saw it.
He also did. Oh, this was a really good one.
What?
National Treasure.
Oh.
They made a few of those.
Yep.
And that came out in that came out in 2004, I think.
Yeah, that was so good. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, 2004. That was really good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they made 2 or 3. I think they probably made 3 of them. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so good.
3, I think.
So good. He was also in Con Air. That came out in 1997.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
a fugitive. And not a fugitive like that. He ended up killing somebody by accident. He was in the military. He was being released on his way home. He was in a plane full of ex-cons that crashed, and they all became fugitives. And it was a good movie. If you guys want to see it, we ain't gonna spoil it for you. You want to spoil it for him?
No, I don't want to spoil it, man.
I know, right?
What is you, stupid?
But one of my favorite ones was Face Off.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
in that with John Travolta. Yeah, Nicolas
That was
Cage
so good.
was in it with John Travolta, and they both switched faces. Now, I ain't even going to tell you the plot of this thing because everybody should see this movie. The acting was off the hook.
Yeah, it was so good.
I mean, Nicolas
So
Cage,
good.
he is an American actor, film producer, a recipient of various awards, including the Academy Awards, a Screen Actors Guild Award. He has a lot of them. So you would think though, with all his money, all these movies, he'd have so much money, and he did.
The brother squandered it. You
But
know?
like we said, he's known for his commitment to the character's emotional realities, for taking risk in his roles. His career spans multiple genres, including dramatic roles. I mean, you got Pig, you got City of Angels. What is it? Bringing Out the Dead. Leaving Las Vegas. That was good. That was 1995, and I think that was nominated again for his role as Twins and Adaptions. I think that was 2002. Anyways,
What, brother? Get on with it.
Nicolas Cage, this awesome actor, one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, he is.
Yo.
What?
Yo, Reggie, I don't. You know this. He was up for Superman too.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Tim Burton, and I don't know what happened. It fell through, but that would have been a cool movie.
That would have been an awesome movie.
Dude, they ought to go back and try to make it because
Preach
I would
it.
love to see him as Superman.
Preach it.
But they'd have to age him young again, you know. But anyways,
They had to age him real young.
Nicolas Cage bought a house. Okay.
Yep.
It's called the Cursed House, and it's once owned by Nicolas Cage. Is the famous Lalaurie Mansion at 1140 Royal Street in the French quarters of New Orleans, and it's widely considered one of the most haunted houses in the United States due to its gruesome history of an enslaver's abuse and torture of enslaved people in the 1830s.
Thank God I ain't living back then, brother.
Yeah, I guess this woman, Lalaurie, she was torturing everybody. But here,
What?
here's a history of Nicolas Cage ownership. Okay, so the gruesome past. The mansion
Yeah. What about it?
notoriety stems from its former owner, the wealthy socialite Madame Delphine Laure. A fire in 1834 reportedly started by an enslaved cook led to the discovery of several enslaved people who had been brutally tortured and mutilated in the attic. Enraged locals ransacked the home, and the Laures fled the city.
Seriously?
Yeah. I guess they're upset. When we're talking New Orleans, I don't know. That's like Creole country, I think. But anyways,
Definitely Creole.
people got pissed off. They ransacked the place. They ran them out of town. I don't know what happened after that, but a history of the tragedies. Now, since Delorie's departure, local lore claimed the house is cursed and that subsequent owners have faced bad luck, financial ruin, and other woes. Everybody who owned that house loses money. So Nicolas Cage's ownership, Cage, who had an interest in the eccentric and macabre, purchased the mansion in 2007. Guess how much, brother?
I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to say $1 million.
Do you want to know how much?
$1 million?
Just Take a wild guess.
$1 million. Just
Well,
said.
this time, it's in the millions. It was actually $3.45 million. Intending to write a horror novel there, however, he lost the property to foreclosure in 2009 amid severe financial troubles, which many locals attributed to the mansion's curse.
Man, that's some voodoo stuff.
Yes, I guess he lost a lot of money.
A lot.
You know, they had to foreclose on it, so I guess he wasn't immune to that curse. Now,
Man, he must be part black.
now they say the pyramid tomb. Following his financial losses, Cage purchased a 9-foot-tall pyramid-shaped tomb for himself in the nearby St. Louis Cemetery. Number 1, reportedly on the advice of a psychic to break the curse. So I don't know if it worked, but the current status of the LaLaurie Mansion is a private residence and is not open to the public for tours. Its current owner is a Texas-based energy trader who bought it in 2010 and has since renovated the luxurious interior. Despite being a private home, the mansion's exterior is a popular stop of many New Orleans ghosts and historical walking tours. You know what pisses me off more than anything?
I don't know, but I'm sure you're about ready to tell me.
When somebody will take a old house like that, and it says this new guy renovated it on the inside.
Yeah, and?
Now, I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I would want to keep the historical part of it. Well, you know what? Actually, let me back up here.
Back up the bus, brother.
If he restored it, maybe he restored it to its original thing, but they don't have any pictures on here. But I'm thinking somebody who restores something, they bring it up to date to current stuff, and I would hate to see modern day stuff in there. Like
what, microwave?
Shut up. I'm not talking about microwaves.
That's what?
I'm talking about like if they have a mahogany fireplace.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then they take it down and put up a maple kind of square thing, which is like modern day, without the creative architecture of that time, which would really show, you know, a lot of care and a lot of time in what they did. Now, listen, I know the house is old and it's built on, you know, curses and all that crap, but personally, I think it would be cool if
what?
You know.
What? Spit it out.
They kept the way it was. Anyways,
Go ahead.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Now this woman, Delphine, she married 3 times, each to a prominent man in New Orleans society. Now, I don't know why she would marry 3 times. Did they die? No, I don't know what happened. Look, I'm looking here.
Man, how old was she?
First husband, 1800 to 1804. At just 13 years old. She was 13. She married
My God.
Don Ramon de Lopez y Angluo, a highly ranked Spanish royal officer. He died suddenly in Havana while en route to Spain, with a pregnant Delphine leaving her a young widow with a daughter, Marie Bajort. So he died on the road. Yeah, so I don't know if there was foul play there, but anyways, the second husband, 1808 to 1816, that's 8 years. She married Jean Blanc, a wealthy banker merchant. Boy, she was after that money.
Yeah, obviously,
like
man.
A gold digger.
Ain't nothing but a gold digger. She ain't
Reggie, will
messing
you
with
shut
no.
up?
Okay, go on.
A legislator. They had 4 children together. 4 children. So she must have been 14 at the time, and lived a privileged life. Though he left her deeply in debt when he died. Oh my goodness, how did he do that? Anyways, so she must have got another rich guy. The third husband, 1825 onward. So I guess there was a few years gap. She married Dr. Leonard Louis Nicholas Leroux, a French physician, 15 years her junior. 15 years. Oh my God.
Petty who?
They built the mansion at 1140 Royal Street, where they hosted lavish parties and where the abuse of enslaved people occurred. Their marriage was strained, and Delphine even petitioned for legal separation in 1832. Boy, she was all over the place.
And in every position in society, obviously.
Now, I guess there was a fire and discovery. The LaLauries maintained their respective social position until a fire broke out in their kitchen in April 1834. Rescuers discovered a 70-year-old enslaved cook chained to the stove.
Chained?
Who revealed she started a fire as a suicide attempt to avoid further torture.
Oh, man.
Now, horrific finds when the bystanders and officials broke into the slaves' quarters.
What happened?
And attic. They found at least 7 enslaved people who had been brutally tortured, mutilated, and kept in deplorable conditions. Stories of these atrocities circulated widely and quickly grew in sensation. Details What say you, brother?
Man, this was an angry little girl. Man, what did she do to her own kids? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so mob justice escaped. An outraged mob gathered, ransacked the mansion, and destroyed most of its contents before authorities could intervene and arrest her. Madame Leroy and her family fled New Orleans, escaping to Paris, France, where she lived the rest of her life. She never faced legal accountability for her crime.
Man, no justice, no peace.
Man, that is something. That
Sure
is
is.
something. She's so
Man.
there wasn't any justice done there. No justice, no peace, right?
Dude, I just said that.
Man,
Seriously?
that is some cold stuff. How do you do that? What kind of person does that?
I don't know. Who repeats what I say?
Yeah, so Nicolas Cage, he ended up having that property, and
And what?
so
So what? What?
so
What?
I guess
Guess what?
he ended up losing it too. So
Yeah, he lost it all, man.
right now he's estimated between 25 million and 40. This follows significant financial downfalls from his peak fortune. Now he used to have 150 million
Man, he lost a lot.
dollars.
Uh-huh.
But due to his extravagant spending and real estate investments, he lost it all.
Man.
So
You don't know the value of a dollar.
so when you're rich,
You don't spend the money like that.
make sure you live like you're poor.
Uh-huh. Like us.
I mean, if you had
know?
you had that kind of money, I would not. I'll tell you something.
What? Tell me something good.
Let me see. He has what? 25 million?
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I mean, we got more than that.
Yo, don't tell people
No,
what we got.
I'm just
Man,
saying. I'm just
seriously?
saying that, brother. I'm just
Yo,
saying.
man.
But we don't live like that, even though we got
No,
that.
you tell people like
we
that.
don't live like that.
We don't get robbed.
Do we?
No, we don't live like
No,
that.
we don't live like that.
That's cheap.
That keeps us poor.
He keeps us paw.
He wants us to know what it's like to be in poverty.
Like him.
Yeah, he don't give us pizzas every night. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying?
He wants to starve us, man. That's what
I
it
know,
is.
it's so wrong.
It is wrong.
It's so wrong. Dad, if you
two.
listen, it's so wrong.
You
we
punk.
we want some money. We want our cut of the pie.
We want freedom.
Yeah.
We want
So-
freedom.
oh my goodness. Anyways, brother.
What?
Do you know what time it is?
Yes, I know what time it is.
Do you know what time it is?
Yes, I know what time it is. It is time for the words of wisdom. Take it away, my New Orleans Creole brother.
I would never get over the obsession rich people, famous people have with owning weird and bizarre property, especially when it is used to be slave property where the black, African, Yankee Doodle Negroes once cropped the land for good old New Orleans or Mississippi. Even if I had the money personally, I don't think I would buy a property where slaves were abused and murdered and physically assaulted. But there is a fascination there, one that I cannot understand. Now, Madame Delphine Lalaurie was a very sick person in history. She was disdained from civilized society, although she was an aristocrat and people accepted her because they didn't know her dark history. She was, let me see, a good old-fashioned narcissist, and she was good at it. But back then, in those backwards yet common times, torturing a black African American Yankee Doodle Negro was common as feeding a dog on the street or burning a cross on your lawn. It was what people did, and it was accepted. But those blood-stained pieces of history, hopefully, are now in the past. I mean, we as black people have, hopefully, our act together nowadays. I mean, don't we, or do we? I mean, it's not like we don't take pride in how we look by having our pants droop off our butts, or using the N-word in every song we make, or looking down upon another brother or a sister of color who has an education, or, for example, during the George Floyd riots, burning down our brothers and sisters' businesses because we're mad. Businesses that these black African-American Yankee Doodle Negroes worked hard for their whole life to pass it on to their black children. Or have we not learned our place in history? Have we not learned it? Maybe not. But just because one black man becomes president doesn't mean the problems of America is solved. I mean, I'm sorry to sound like I'm going off on a rant, because I am, and I sort of forgot what the whole topic was. I guess what I'm trying to say is, and the point is, oh yeah, if we don't learn from our history, we are doomed to repeat it. We as black people, like any other ethnic group, should learn from our history. We should grow from history and never forget. Those were some horrific things Lalaurie did, and we don't want that to happen again in the future. Don't get me wrong, Nicolas Cage is one of my favorite actors, if not the number one. I'm glad He gave me plenty of material to talk about for the podcast, but there are properties out there that are cursed with the blood of our past, and maybe we should just leave it in the past. Leave it alone. We shouldn't tear those monuments down either, but we should look at them as a monument of what America once was and how we don't want to repeat that again and learn from it. All I know is the next time I buy a house, or you might want to make sure there weren't any slave ties to it, because you too may be haunted by its past. And those are my words of wisdom.
Thank you for your words of wisdom there, my brother. That was enlightening as always. And yeah, when I get a house, I'm gonna make sure I know the history. And with all that being said, I'm gonna pass the baton off to you so you can take us out.
Thank you for joining us here on Pop City Culture. And remember, you can listen to our podcast any time of the day, morning, noon, or night, on all major streaming services, available for download anytime, anywhere. Listen, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and don't forget to follow us on social media, like, subscribe, and leave a positive comment for us. Also, check out our producer's website, Christman Ray. We would really love and appreciate the love and support. Remember, Pop City Culture, where we give you 3 cups of sunshine and what there, Reggie?
A big old pinch of black attitude from New Orleans.
That's right, little brother. All right, now, see you next time here on Pop City Culture. Peace.
Yo, everybody, remember, next time you buy a house, especially in slave-owned territory, you make sure you know that history. You don't want to be waking up hearing chains rolling on the floor, or like a slave running through the hallway, and you be waking up like, what's that? What's that? You know what I'm saying? I would die, man, if I saw something like that. But anyways, don't forget to pop back in next week for another dose of Pop City Culture. Bye, everybody. See ya.